Manchester United first choice goalkeeper Andre Onana dey reluctant about the African Cup of Nations wey go commence next year January 2024, and that one mean say according to Metro Sport, Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana dey consider to quit the African Cup of Nations match next year, or African Cup of Nations competition next year. Cameroon, wey be his country, don qualify already for the African Cup of Nations, and also Andre Onana just dey return from retirement in his international football, because during the World Cup or after the country comot for the World Cup, he tok say he don retire from international football, meaning say he no wan play for his country, Cameroon again. He want to focus in his club career. He get some issues with the FA of his country. Na one of the reasons wey make am also announce that retirement that time. But during their last match against Burundi in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier, it was he don't come back because they invited him and he played that match and they won the match 3-0, making it possible for them to be in the African Cup of Nations next year. And now, according to Metro Sport, they consider to come out of that competition. Maybe he go just tell his country say he no wan play the African Cup of Nations. Why? Because he want to focus in his Manchester United career, because he's facing a lot of pressure under Manchester United now, because the fans of Man U, they boo him, they criticize him now because of his poor performance in Manchester United. And the poor performance we will talk about is too obvious. Everybody can see it. He's making a lot of errors that is causing Manchester United to concede goals wey no suppose come to light at all, especially in the two Champions League match where we don't play against Bayern Munich. We lost that one 4-3, and also against Galatasaray at Old Trafford. Manchester United coach Erik ten Hag don dey make the same mistake wey he make with Christian Eriksen last season for Manchester United. He don dey make the same mistake now with Sofian Amrabat. He don dey make the same mistake. According to Manchester Evening News, they thought that this coach Erik ten Hag don dey repeat the same mistake wey he make with Christian Eriksen last season. The same thing now he don dey do now with Sofian Amrabat. Which wetin be this mistake wey they thought say Erik ten Hag dey make with these two players? Now playing these two players out of position. According to Manchester Evening News, they believe that last season when Manchester United signed Christian Eriksen from Brentford, Manchester United first two matches where we lose. Now one of the reasons wey make us lose that match be that say the coach Erik ten Hag been dey play Christian Eriksen out of position, because the player na defensive midfielder he be, or a creative midfielder, but the coach now decide to play him as false 9, because of say we no get original number 9 that time, because one of our number 9 will be Anthony Martial, they injured. You know, they available for Manchester United that time. So they thought that mistake where the coach made by playing Christian Eriksen in a wrong position where no be in position where they play originally, now make them say Man U they lose those matches. And now the coach don't they repeat the same thing with Sofian Amrabat, because Sofian Amrabat originally is defensive midfielder. Now they play for his former club, and now he don't come back to Manchester United, and the coach Erik ten Hag they play him also for left back for Manchester United instead of the defensive midfielder where he be. And also for his country Morocco, now the same position defensive midfielder they play for them, and the coach now thought they play in different positions as a player. And one of the reasons why he like the player Sofian Amrabat be that, but according to Manchester Evening News, they thought it's not working. And also the match against Crystal Palace, the one we lost 1-0 at Old Trafford in the English Premier League. Even the coach after that match told say the player no supposed make that tackle wey lead to the free kick when they take score that goal. And Manchester Evening News now they believe the coach they repeat the same mistakes again, which he not supposed to. According to Manchester Evening News, they thought that Manchester United is one of their own problem. Where then they talk this on, they thought that last season Manchester United's players, a lot of Manchester United players, especially the first choice player like our captain Bruno Fernandes, they told us last season he played from September last season to this year September, he played a total of 6,666 minutes football in all competition, both in the World Cup, both in the qualifiers, both in the international matches, and also in Manchester United FA Cup, where Premier League. We know that we win the Carabao Cup last season, which means that we play up to the final, and also we play in the final of the FA Cup last season. So we played a lot of matches last season, and they thought that this player Bruno Fernandes played a total of 6,666 minutes of matches. last season, and no player will play like that when no go get tired at all. And this season also it don't continue. And also they thought that Marcus Rashford, which scored 30 goals for Manchester United last season, also play about 66 matches for Manchester United last season, and that one means he go definitely get tired. You cannot expect him after playing for that long time last season to still play in the same form. This is possible. So now Man U be one of their own problem because they're supposed to they rotate these players. But as we see last season, the coach everything had no they rotated the players at all. Now just this season they start to they rotate the player, and this one self fit be because of the injury where some of the first team players get. Now make him they rotate the players this season. So they thought the coach everything had is one of the problem because it allowed these first choice players or the standard players or the star players in Manchester United to play too many matches for Manchester United. And also, if you play them like that when they go for international break, just like after this weekend now, they are going for international break for 2 weeks before they will return back again. The coaches in their country will also want to use them because they be their first choice players also in their own country, and that one will mean they will play too many matches and it will weaken them. They no go get the same energy where they get where they there fresh. The coach Eric Ten Hag supposed to they rotate these players and give them fresh legs and make them to have some rest. Former Ajax striker will be Kenneth, according to Metro Sport, don't advise the coach Eric Ten Hag say if Man U sack him, make him return back to Ajax because Ajax go everly welcome him back because now be their best coach because he win the league title for them 3 times before he come off for there, and also get up to the semi-final in the Champions League for Ajax. The former striker Kenneth now the advisor say if Man U sack him, make a return back. Say Ajax go welcome him back as their coach. They talk this one because of say a lot of people don't they consider or they advise the owners of Manchester United or the board say make them sack the coach Eric Ten Hag because of Manchester United poor performance this season. We don't play 10 matches this season in all competition and we lost 6 already, winning only 4 of our matches for this season, considering 18 goals according to Metro Sport, because Manchester Evening News they report that 20 goals we don't concede in 10 matches, making it the worst when Man U don't get since 1987, and also losing 2 of our Champions League matches. That one make them also the worst when Man U don't get since 1966. No coach don't bring that kind of poor performance from Manchester United before, and also since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, Man U never get such poor performance in Manchester United, and they thought they made the club sack the coach Eric Ten Hag, and now somebody from Ajax, his former player, the advisor say if they sack him, make it come back to Ajax, they will welcome him as their new coach, and that one means that the new coach there now will give way and he will take over again. But Manchester United board don't come at all. They know they sack the coach everything as before they sign the coach, they plan for the coach to have a long-term program for Manchester United.